Hola, Wizzy Wizard, and welcome back to the pursuit of happiness with me, Pigtail Girl. I'm your friend and fellow traveller, as I've said many times before. It's a bit chilly-willy where I am. I don't know where you guys are situated, but I've got my heater on in the background, so sorry about that. You're going to hear a little whirring. So today I really wanted to talk a little bit about the hypocrisy that's going on in the UK, and I'm sure in other places too right now around the world. That was just getting my goat this morning. And you may have seen in America, I don't know, or in the UK or in the news, that the UK is trying to pass some anti-hate speech laws, right, otherwise known as censorship. Now, of course, I'm not saying that I agree with hate speech or being cruel to other people with your words online. I don't agree with that, but I think humans need to all grow up and take responsibility for our own actions, and that only by sometimes looking at behaviours and understanding where they come from can we get rid of them, rather than just trying to censor them out of existence, right? This is just the tyrannical idea, the Western medication, just cover up the symptoms, right? But it's such hypocrisy. Why it's annoying me, because I hate hypocrites, is that, well, you know, it's okay for months and months on end to ridicule and bully Trump supporters, you know, anyone in their box that they wanted to ridicule, anti-Jabberwoony people, as they call us nowadays, people who don't want to be experimented on. You know, it's okay to ridicule and bully them, but it's, you know, hate speech laws probably don't apply to that, right? It's only going to apply to certain things, yeah, where they feel like it. Because I don't see, you know, people like Piers Morgan getting cancelled off Twitter, where, you know, you saw POTUS getting cancelled, but Piers Morgan basically calling people like me crazy idiots, and we don't want to get jacked because we're just so scared, ooh, and conspiracies, ooh. You know, the way he's bullying people and ridiculing people on his Twitter page, I guess that would be okay. You get my drift. It's just such hypocrisy. The same people that want these laws are the ones who control the media, who spread all of this culture of bullying and ridicule that we find ourselves within today, and why it's there in the schools, it's in the media, it's on the TV, it's taught to people en masse, right? Do you get me? Am I right? So that's like really bad hypocrisy. And another thing in England, such hypocrisy, is that they had a phone line that they brought out, right, for the poor children, the unjabbered children of the crazy parents like me who might need support and help, you know, to go and get their unconsented experimentation done behind the backs of their parents, and be educated on how to lie to them to go and get it, and that they need a helpline. They set up a helpline for these children, right? No joke. But where was the helpline for the people who were in the other category, the ones whose parents wanted them to go get it and who were terrified and didn't want it and felt it was like a rape to them? And where was the helpline for the people who lost their father or their mother after the Jabberoo? Oh no, we'll just pretend that didn't exist, right? Because that's so scientific to just absolutely deny that there could be any possible terrible side effect from a completely experimental Jabberwoony, right? I mean, that would be just tin foil hat stuff, right? That's the stuff that stories and crazy conspiracies are made of, yeah? Right? But, you know, there's no helpline for certain groups. There's only one helpline to help children in particular, who are the children of crazy people who don't want them to be experimented on, right? The hypocrisy drives me crazy. Yeah, where is the helpline for those who have been damaged by the jab? If this was even real ethical science, there would be a helpline there for people who were going through terrible side effects, and it would be openly discussed. There would be forums for you to go for support and get information. But the fact that that's all just hidden, memory hold, cancelled and pushed down while they're trying to say they care about hate speech, why they try to say they've got this helpline. I mean, you know, when you're just looking at it thinking, at this point, surely even the most asleep person has to be looking at the hypocrisy on some level, on some deep inner level, and seeing it for the old kipper that it really is, the stinky old kipper, right, that it is. You know, these people, it's just all talk and show, isn't it? All just absolute pantomime with them, and no real ethics and no real substance. And that's why we don't trust you. You know, they want us to trust them, but they don't act in a way that would be trustworthy. I wouldn't trust a child who treated me like that at school. Certainly not going to trust that lot with anything, am I? Right? You'd have to be a fool. That's when you have to be a fool. When someone is just openly hypocritical right to your face and causing all this cognitive bias, and for you to just carry on with it, you know, I would call that is what I would call foolishness or stupidity, right? I don't judge someone being stupid on how many exams they've got, how many IQ points they have, or that. I really, it's to do with how many times can you be fooled over and over again and taken for a ride before you wake up and smell that coffee, right? That's really where the intelligence meter for me is sort of, you know, kicking in. How easy is it to deceive you? And how easy is it to deceive myself? You know, I look at this also internally. It's not just point a finger out, it's pointing three back at me, right? So I'm doing all that inner work, but at the same time, it's driving me crazy in the UK. The absolute hypocrisy of these clowns, right, over there. And Bojo, what a bumbling buffoon. Oh my God, sort it out, England, sort it out. But meanwhile, I wanted to talk a little bit as well about the eclipse. Now I've got all the hypocrisy off my chest. The eclipse, and obviously we just sort of, I guess we've just had it as I'm making this video, but I was doing some tarot on it and it was really kind of significant. It really looks like something political to do with authority and all aspects relating to our freedom, our well-being, but dealing with laws, mandates, bills, all this kind of stuff. I really see this being affected by this eclipse, and in all the right ways. I see something that will come abruptly to an end now. This eclipse is really trying to bring something to an end. That's what I'm feeling, an ending. And yeah, I think this weekend is going to be very interesting. And from my last show, which I haven't really updated since then, I want to say that some big things are happening. Big things, sometimes you might not realise what they are, but what I was finding from that Thursday payload that I was talking about is that rejection in the courts of the Buddhan mandates to do with Jabba Jabba Maxine. This was the thing that was getting some major attention, I think, from the core matrix to bring the certain outcome that we saw that week, that we started to hear about on the Friday. And it was, what I was sensing was it was directly linking to the Plamy demonics era that we've been going through, and that it had something to do with Maxine and stuff. So that's what that was. That payload for the Thursday was definitely linked to the legal system shifting. And I think this is going to be the flavour of the month as we see this dark infestation clearing out more and more with all of the work the Warriors of Light have been doing. You're going to see that it becomes more and more possible to get some actual justice and correct ruling done in the courts. And you're going to find many more people are going to start stepping up to the mantle. So I'm feeling kind of positive. I'm just sort of keeping my head down low this weekend to see what transpires, but I imagine it's going to be something big, and all through the weekend. And I don't know, Boudin, it's not looking good at the moment for him. The cards are not smiling on him right now. And actually, I even did some cards on the old T-Man again the other day, the old Trumparoonie, did some on him, and his cards were starting to look very strong again, coming in. So I don't know what he's up to, or where that might be going. But certainly going to be an interesting end of the year. Expect it to become even more and more intense. It's going to intensify, but I do still feel that we can have this victory. The victory, I believe, has already been sown, but to really be living in that victory and to be aware of it, kind of end of the year. I'm going to say December. I still feel it's possible we can get it before Christmas, and that things are going to be accelerating. And this eclipse that we're just going through right now is going to be a huge bringer of a conclusion to the drama. That's how I feel. I feel like it's coming, that Ten of Swords, and then after that it's the beginning of a new cycle. Ten of Swords is the end of the drama. It means whatever's been done's been done. You can't stop it. It's like an avalanche. Once it's falling, nothing you can do. But then at least once it's done, and you can start picking up the pieces. And this is what I feel from this eclipse right now, my darling. So a little update from me. If you're interested, if you're in the Subliminal Junkie Facebook group, I'm doing a little deal over there. If you're not a member, you can come and join. I'm doing like a full healing session, scan, and subliminal, personal subliminal for people as a little November deal for for only £40, and I do it all remotely, but these are very powerful healing tools. It's cheaper even than just one session with me, and you get a healing and you get a subliminal that you can then keep for yourself, that's personalized, that I will make specially for you. Either you can tell me what you want to work on, or I will decipher that by scanning you for yourself. So if you think that that would be something you'd be interested in, I'm just trying to raise a bit of November money, actually, to put straight back into all my projects and stuff that I work on, my dear. So it all just goes back in here. You know, if you go and support me, I support you with your healing, and the money just goes straight back into building my subliminals and running my missions and podcasts. Okay, my dears? So if you'd like to support me, you can do that, or you can donate if you want to just say thank you for Thanksgiving, which I'm going to be celebrating my American friends. And I hope you're all well, and I love you guys, and I will see you all on the next episode of The Pursuit of Happiness. One love.